Hey guys, I'm the Lucky Derp, and I'm going to be answering the questions you asked in my Q&A post I did recently. So let's go ahead and get started. Meng Prasit Nicole asks, what made you do voiceover/voice acting? Also, what's your favorite comic dub you've ever did? Example, the incorrect Wayne Fan Adventure Thomas you posted. I hope you see this. I'm a big fan of yours. Thank you. So what made me go into voice acting was I was a huge fan of anime and cartoons, and I just really enjoyed how every character brought every scene, like almost every scene, to life. So one of my main inspirations was Yuri Lowenthal as Sasuke, and his most recent one as Spider-Man. I've just been a huge fan of Yuri Lowenthal for a lot of stuff. My favorite comic that I've ever done is probably the Ben 10 and Danny Phantom 5 Years Later comic. I really enjoy voicing Danny and also being able to act alongside Orion Zax as Ben. It's all around a fun time. Close second to that, though, is Wayne Family Adventures. Nagy_Huntress. If you had to be in a TV show as a character, which show and why? Also, what's your favorite drink? If I had to be in a show, I would probably want to be in, I don't know, maybe... I feel like Gravity Falls is a good answer. One, because everyone already says I sound like Dipper, but I think it would be fun to be in Gravity Falls because of all the cool monsters and mythical things you see in that show. My favorite drink is Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb. Those are my favorite sodas. I'll take those any day of the month. Boonut Found 833. Who is your favorite DC hero and what got you into voice acting? I already said the voice acting one, so I'll just do the DC hero. My favorite DC hero is Nightwing. I know it's crazy considering I voiced Tim Drake for our projects, but Nightwing is actually one of my favorite DC characters, if not the most. All right, Shadow Knife 333 has 5 questions, excuse me. What's your favorite Batman comic, and do you wish it was turned into an animated film or video game? I would love if Wayne Family Adventures became its own animated thing. That'd be so sick. I know I probably would never get to voice it unless DC reached out saying, hey, we're going to do this. Do you want to voice it? I'd be like, yes. But yeah, who knows? Who's your favorite DC villain/hero and your favorite voice actor for that villain? I'm guessing for that villain and or hero. I love Kevin Conroy as Batman, Mark Hamill as Joker, Steve Bloom as Killer Croc, Crispin Freeman as Firefly. But I think probably my favorite villain is probably the Joker because he's so psychotic and crazy. If you could be a superhero for an entire week, what would your hero name be and which Bat family member would you have tag along with you? I'd want to hang out with Red Robin because he seems like the smartest guy. And in terms of what my hero name would be, probably the original character I came up, or the original name I came with this character that you see me as, his hero name was Rogue. He was a speedster, so being part of the Bat family would be a little bit weird. If you and your team could do a dub of one of your favorite comic scenes from a Batman comic, what comic would you pick? Personally, I'd love to see you do a dub of Batman and Joker's end conversation from the Killing Joke comic. That's actually a really good one. The Killing Joke comic is actually a very good option. I've almost been considering doing the entire Death in the Family. Not the one where Jason dies, but the one where like Joker's, the New 52 version, when Joker loses his face and hunts down the whole Bat family. I would love to do that series. 5 favorite Bat family member to voice act? For me, it's Tim Drake, because that's the one I voice. Sanvi_J or Jai, whichever one. Sorry if I butcher your name. Who is your most hated villain? Why do you hate them? Firefly. I hate Firefly. Pyromaniac. Golly, I hate him. Which comic is your favorite? Out of the Batman comics or just comics in general? Because my favorite comic overall is the Danny Phantom A Glitch in Time comic. But favorite Batman comic would probably be Battle for the Cowl. Shadow Knife 33 again. Okay. Have you ever thought about asking other people to join in on doing voice acting with you and the Waffa cast? That way each character has a different voice and personality, unless someone chooses to voice more than one character. So yes, I do have a lot more people. I have more of my cast voice more characters because their range is just good for it. For anything in terms of like a new character, I try to reach out and find someone new for it. but most of the time, if I can just have like a character who I know only shows up for like a second or maybe just one chapter, then I'll see if anyone in my cast. If not, I'll do it. But I do have a lot of people who show up every now and again. I have like over 30 to maybe 40 people in the cast who all have at least 2 roles in WAFA and in Danny Phantom and in Ben 10 and all that stuff. We all voice multiple people. Occasionally I do reach out to other creators to voice things. Like I've had Logan the Outlaw over on TikTok and Twitch. He voiced Black Mask for me. I've had the Panda Red voice the Riddler for me, and now soon to be Azrael. I've had Kuro the Artist from the Ink Tank. He played Principal White for me in the Ben 10K Age of Eon animated dub we did. So I do reach out to people, but it's mostly if I can find if I want to reach out to someone, I'll be like, do I think they'll fit? Yes. Do I really want to work with them because I'm a fan? Yes. And then I'll decide on what I want to do. And if I feel like, yeah, I'll ask them, then I'll reach out. If they say yes, then yes. If they say no, then no. Jazzy3345. Hey, Jazzy, I know you. What started your desire to do voiceovers? Just a lot of the shows I used to watch. I used to watch tons of cartoons and anime, and every single time I would listen to them. I would listen to a lot of it was like Pokemon, like the early on Pokemon. I always felt like the acting was a bit weird in that, but then there were other times they were just great. Yu-Gi-Oh was awesome, a main inspiration with how hard they can get with Dan Green and the one who voices Kaiba. But I wanted to do it for a while because I do enjoy standing in front of a microphone and acting. Granted, it is a new thing that I started relatively. Was it like 6 years now I've been doing it? But yeah, I love doing voiceover. I love talking in front of my microphone, being in my booth, and now that I have a new booth that I'm currently recording in, I love it. Starry-Eyed Bonfire. What music do you listen to help you get into various characters? I don't actually listen to music to get into character. I'll listen to music to hype me up for like a scene, but a lot of the time I don't really record with music. Or I don't use music to help me guide into the character I want to talk as. Shocker2793, if you were in the Batman/DC universe, what would your hero say? It'd still be Rogue. Just like the question before, I'd be Rogue and I'd be a speedster. Raymond Bell _Y6D, what inspired you to be a YouTuber? A lot of the gaming YouTubers I used to watch, Game Grumps, Markiplier, a lot of those ones that I would watch, I'd be like, man, I love their content and I want to do it, which is why when I started YouTube, I used to be a gaming content creator. I didn't used to make voiceover stuff. This is still 6 years old in the making. I literally just used to do pure gaming content, and you can kind of see a bit of the gaming content edits that I used to make, or at least the gaming content editing with the multi-cameras that we did for the Among Us video. But it was mostly gaming that we would do. The One Possum 5766. Favorite member of the Bat family? Still Nightwing. 100%. Heniel Lee .anime fan. Can you do more Nightwing comic voiceover, please? Yeah, we were actually thinking of... I was looking at some of the Nightwing comics, and I found out that there is a Nightwing comic where Nightwing becomes a model. And I thought that would be really funny. And as soon as I bring it up to Blue Jay, I definitely...
No! Never! No! Never! No!
Oh, okay, all right, sorry, jeez. I guess I'll find something new if I want to do something with Nightwing. I guess not that. But yeah, Nightwing comics for sure would be fun to do. Unfortunately, I can't do that one because, yeah. What is your top 5 favorite Bat family members? Nightwing, Batman, Red Robin, Jason, and Batgirl. No. Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, and then Red Hood. Starry-Eyed Bonfire, what's a dub you want to do but haven't for whatever reason? I want to do the New 52 Batman series, and I have most of the lines recorded for Batman. I just need to get around to doing more, getting around to doing the editing for it. But I would like to do the New 52. Aaron the Pyroman, hi Lucky, are you going to voice Teak from WYND or Aaron Slaughter? And also voice actor, director from House of Slaughter. I have no idea what that is. I did comment on this one. I have no idea what you were saying. Thomas Gibby 4165. What's your favorite dub you've made? The Ben 10 and Danny Phantom 5 years later, chapter 12. I think that was our best work. I know we're always growing and making things even cooler, but I did enjoy all of the sound design that we did for that one. Sophie _ Flower Lion 7877. Did you always know the people who voice act for you? No, actually, maybe like 4 of them I've known for a while. The other ones I had to do casting calls for, and they kind of just stuck with me ever since then. But no, I haven't known all of them for very long. Lo-Fi Saiyan, who voiced our Red Hood, I've known him for about 6 years. I've known him since the beginning of my voiceover career, and he's been with me for some projects. I've been hanging out with him. We've been friends for a while. But yeah, like Blue Jay VO, our voice of Nightwing, him and us, we've been friends for maybe about a year. We've been working together for longer than that, but we've been hanging out and playing games and streaming together a lot. As of recently, like 2024. Jade _ is real. Who would be the most sus in Among Us? Can range from anyone. Damien would be the most sus. No matter what. Even if he was a killer, he'd be even if he was an innocent, he'd be sus. Red F010. Who is your favorite DC supervillain / anti-hero, and who is your favorite comic book character outside of DC and Marvel? Are you familiar with any of the characters from Image Comics? Probably not from Image Comics, only because I have no idea what that is. Even though I might say somebody who is from it, I don't actually know if that is. But favorite anti-hero is probably still Red Hood. And favorite character outside of DC and Marvel will probably be Invincible. Like his current show running. I'm a kind of fan of that. May Benota Slytherin? Sorry if I butcher this name. How do y'all make the voices so real? We're actors. We just act. We are all real. There's multiple of us. We don't use AI. We do not support AI on this channel, so I get real people to do voices for me. Eugene Kane 6524. If you could make a story about the Bat Fam, but it has to take place in another country, not America, where would you want them to travel for kicking ass, solving crimes, unleashing chaos, or for going on a vacation? And have you been to said country before in real life or want to visit someday? I'd probably say the UK or Japan, even though I know they have the Yakuza movie. I don't know the setting that it's going to be around, but either Japan or UK. And I have not visited either of those, but I definitely want to. Gorvy 2009. What's your favorite Call of Duty game? None of them. I don't play COD. Silver Ezekiel. If you could stop new content creators or voice actors from making any beginner mistakes, what would it be? This is a great question for anyone who wants to get into audio in terms of wanting to do voiceover or streaming or even gameplay videos. Get a microphone that is good for your voice, and if you get one that is either a condenser or a dynamic, no matter what, treat your space. There are so many people who will spend $400 on like the Shure SM7B, or they'll buy like a Rode NT1, or even some people who will buy the Neumann microphones that are like thousands of dollars, and they'll have them because they think their voice will be good for them, but their space will be echoey, bare walls. Some of them will record in their bedroom, and the only thing they have in there is like a TV, their dressers, their bed, a desk, a couple posters, and maybe one bookshelf, and you're not doing much with that. You need to treat it, even if you use sound foam. If you use the sound foam from like Amazon or whatever, as long as it's 2 inches thick, you'll at least get something out of it. But for me, for voiceover, you have to have a space that is away from your computer fan, because that will be picked up in your microphone. You need a place that is well treated enough where you can be loud without any reverb coming back at you. So if I were to yell something like this, something crazy, you won't hear any reverb with my raw audio because I'm inside my booth. That's very well treated, but it's just something you need as a content. You can even look at for gaming creators, you can look up like Jacksepticeye Studio Tour or more Markiplier's old setup where you'd see them in rooms that were covered in sound foam, and that is literally just to treat their space so their microphones don't echo. Echo in YouTube videos is literally the thing that will take you out of whatever you're listening to. I will go randomly and watch people on Twitch to see what they're streaming, if they're entertaining and whatnot. And as soon as they jump in, I'll hear their microphone quality and I can hear their room. Then I'm like, nah, I'm out. I can't watch this. That's going to be like a big chunk of the video, just me talking about audio quality. But be able to edit. You can edit literally any videos on pretty much anything these days. I edit on DaVinci Resolve, and that's free. So I make all my videos on DaVinci Resolve, a free software that you can get. It has a ton of plugins. It has a ton of people doing a bunch of stuff with it, and I think it's really, actually very, very good at what it does. I used to be a full-on Adobe Premiere loyalist. I would never go anything. Now the only thing Adobe I use is Adobe Audition for recording my audio, but having DaVinci has not only saved me money for buying those products, but also has given me more things to work with when it comes to editing videos. So that's what I would say. For anyone new wanting to get into content creation or voiceover, make sure your microphone's good, make sure your area is treated, and make sure you can at least edit the videos you want to put out. Autumn the Gotcha Ninja 6644. Would you do any other fandom comic dubs in the future like Danny Phantom or Transformers? I've done Danny Phantom. I did the Glitch in Time comic, as well as Ben 10 comics, a Ben 10 Danny Phantom crossover, and I've done other comics. I've done Jupiter Men. I've done School Bus Graveyard. I've done some Avatar ones. So we kind of jump around the fandoms. Jaden Brackett. Excuse me if I butcher that. Is there any super family you'd want to have a Wayne Fan Adventure dub? I want a Flash family dub adventure comic would be awesome. I would be totally down to see that. I hope they do it one day. The Ugly Pikachu 8. How did you find Netflix? I was looking on YouTube Studio for non-copyrighted music that I could use for outro songs, and Netflix popped up, and I loved their vibe, so I only used a bunch of Netflix songs. I answered this comment already before making this video, but I'm going to go ahead and say it here as well. When are you going to make more chapters of the crossover Ben 10 and the Justice League? Because ever since I send those chapters, those are really good. Okay, so it just goes on in his spiel. I do not make the comics. And I know at some point nobody is going to hear that or remember it or understand me, but I do not make any of the comics that I dub. I get permission to do them, and then I dub them. The only thing I do is put voiceover to the art that has already been made. I do not make the comics. I don't write the story. I don't make the art. I don't do anything like that. I just do the dub. Gabriella Myers /D3B. Hey, you said you have a BF. Can we sue him? I don't know what that means. If you're referring to a boyfriend, I don't have a boyfriend. If you're referring to my girlfriend, I don't have a girlfriend. I have a wife, and she's awesome, but you can hear her as Stephanie Brown, spoiler, or Harley Quinn, or Jazz from Danny Phantom. That does take care of all of the questions for the day. If you want to stay up to date with any of the video stuff that we are making, follow us on our Discord. I post updates every now and again on what I'm going to be uploading and also how the editing is going. I'm also active there. I talk to pretty much everybody. I hang out there a lot. I will sometimes jump in the voice calls so you can all kind of say hi and hang out with me. I answer questions more often there as opposed to doing just dedicated videos to them. And you can also check me out over on twitch.tv/HomeDizzleMcSliceBallZ, where I do a bunch of gameplay stuff. I will end up doing gameplay with Blue Jay VO, our voice of Nightwing, or I'll stream alone, or I'll stream with my friend Matt. But we play video games, we do co-op games, we do all that fun stuff. So yeah, you guys all take it easy. Thanks for watching and have a good rest of your day. Bye.